figured since this was part of our focused work time, this would be a good time to try and see if I could fix anything. So, I mean, I don't know how to fix anything. I just restarted the computer and the rain is hopefully clearing up a little bit here. So, yeah, hopefully this will work a little bit better. I'm still going to go on mute and then, we were going to meet back at like 10:30 anyway. So, fingers crossed that this works out now. Good luck on for everybody. The rain's cleared up a little bit. I tried to do a refresh. Hopefully this one will last. It worked last time. Like, I had the exact same thing yesterday where I had the problem in the morning, restarted, and then for whatever reason it worked fine after that. So I hope that happens again. Alright, I might as well, like, keep talking again. You've got good timing, because we're doing, like, a work session from, until 10:30, or whatever, 30. So this is close enough. I'll put the sign back up. Hooray! I'm really proud of this sign. I want to just, like, hang it in my house afterwards. Like, I'm just gonna hang it above my door, I think, because it's really pretty. I'm also just gonna have a little music playing in the background, a little, just for my own sanity, so I feel a little bit less like I'm talking. Every weekend is 24-hour zine weekend. Oh my god, I would die. Oh my, yeah. Look at both of you saying the same thing. That's so funny. Yeah, I got a little bit of, like, collaging of some of the writing that I had done finished over the last break here, and now I feel like I'm out of text, like I just am out of things to say. And so whenever that happens, I always just do, like, a collage page, because it makes things easier. I don't have to think about what to say or whatever. How's everybody going with their zines? I feel like I have a lot of little things that feel very desert-like to me, even though they have nothing to do with the desert, like this. So I gotta include some stuff like that. I've also been looking for a place to incorporate this, because I've had this forever, but it's so square. It's really hard to make something around it, Oh, lyrics! Are you putting your own lyrics down, or are you putting others' lyrics down? I mean, I just say that because I think that your own lyrics they totally, absolutely fit what you're, what you do. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, yeah, I mean, you had to. Good. Like, appropriately so. Oh, unreleased song. That's really exciting. I was at, like, an open mic night. I mean, unrecorded, unfinished. That's okay. That's probably why it's unreleased. I was at an open mic night on Friday night, and a friend of mine sang this song about how she wished that her dad would just die so that she could get the inheritance, and it was really cool. Look at this cool rabbit circle. They had a whole bunch of really cool, like, handwritten songs that they had never done before, and a bunch of, like, just, it felt very scrappy and DIY, and, like, sitting there picking on the guitar and screwing up the chords a little bit, but in a cool way. Screwing up the chords, like, in a relatable way. Not in a, I don't mean that as, like, you screwed up the chords. I mean it in, like, the sort of nobody cares if you screw up the chords way. That was really cool. I feel like I have to include this somewhere in the collage. It's from a Muppets book that my friend gave me as, like, a collage pieces book. It's really, really cool. Maybe I'll do that one. Let me ask a question. Like, how does everybody feel about using another artist's work in a collage for a zine? Specifically an artist's work. And, like, for me, it's always something like people send me stickers or they'll send me postcards and that sort of thing. And I really like them, but I feel like I want to use them in work. Like I want to put them in a collage in a zine or something because I think it looks that cool. But I always just feel a little bit like weird about it. Like maybe that's not a good thing for me to do because I don't tend to go through all of the stuff in the zine and list where everything came from. And so like maybe if I did that, maybe if I came up with like a sort of grateful acknowledgments in the back, but I don't know. Like, you know, I don't want to feel like I'm stealing art from people. Like it's always either art that someone has sent me along with some other order, or that I've gotten in a trade, or that I bought specifically. Like I bought this sticker and now I want to use it in the zine, but I feel like it's a little bit of a gray area when you're putting it in the zine and reproducing it. And like on the one hand, it's not like I'm making any fucking money off of zines. People don't make money off of zines, or like if they do, I don't know what they're doing because it's not the way that I do zines. But on the other hand, it's like, well, I don't want to like have uncredited work. And it's not like I just have a big page with just the postcard or something and then not credit them. You know, it's always sort of part of some other thing like a collage, but I still just feel a little weird. Try to credit them. Yeah. Yeah. Just organized stickers and cards. Told me you could use their work. Not do that with credit, of course. Yeah, I feel like that's probably just the best way to do it. Yeah, for the people that I know, I definitely ask because it's easy for me to just be like, "Hey, would you mind?" And I suppose there's nothing stopping me from reaching out to people that I've, you know, gotten some stuff of theirs on Etsy or whatever, and just be like, "Hey, would you mind if I use this in the scene?" I mean, illustrations from magazines, though, it's like magazines feel like a slightly different animal in a sense because they're like professionally published, and like it's one of those things where I probably could, like in theory, I should also be crediting just all of these things, like even just things that I've gotten out of a sticker book. It's like, well, you know, it'd be nice to credit the sticker book in a sense. Actually, there's one zine that does this really well and manages to even integrate it into the art really well, and that's one zinester, and that's Brian Contenoir. Let me see if I can grab one of his zines off of my shelf here just to show a neat example. Okay, chair, calm down. Where is it? There we go. Okay, so Brian Contenoir has a whole bunch of zines that are kind of like this, and they're on various occult-y topics, and like every single image, public domain or not, has a credit on it, like this. It's a drawing of the moon, and it says where it comes from. It says Marion 1635 through 37, and like everything is handwritten around the image itself, and that's really, I really appreciate that. Like I really value it. So I suppose like there's nothing stopping me from also doing that, but it's except laziness, like except just not wanting to. And you know, it doesn't work for every single, you know, collage zine that every collage I make. Like, you know, I guess it's one of those things where it's like I know that I can get away with a lot. Like I could probably get away with not crediting anything in any zine. But also, like, I don't want to get away with something. I don't want to do that. Like, I want to give people proper credit. It's also made harder when I I have stuff from a stash from years ago that I never thought I'd use in a zine, and so I didn't write where it came from, and so it's like, oh boy, like now if I want to use this, I have to like track down where it came from, so I feel like I can properly credit, or I just use it without giving someone credit, and either way is like not good. It's like either difficult or not good. Trying to like put this zine vaguely back in a spot. That's not gonna work. My bookshelf is overflowing. There is exactly one place to put everything. It's tough. Let's see. I think that in this particular illustration, or not illustration, in this particular collage, it's all stuff that's been published in some sense, or it's public domain, or it's just like, yeah, like it's been published in a way that's like I probably don't need to give credit for it, but it is something that I've been thinking about a lot lately. You guys are getting a taste of my somewhat strange music here. Check out this cool origami paper that I found. I don't do origami, but I thought it would still make like really good zine backgrounds. They're just like these watercolored dancing cat things. I'm trying to keep it all loosely together, but it's gonna just like fall apart at some point. Like all the individual pieces are gonna spread out. Okay, we'll pull out a green one. And a purple one. I said, and a purple one. And a blue one. Let's see which one we want to go for. Oh, and a pink one. I like these sticky things, but I don't know how to put things back in them. I don't think you're really meant to. That's okay. Okay. This is not gonna happen. I'm gonna let's put that over there. The cats are free. They are out of the little plastic sleeves because I can't put them back in. Okay. Let's see. I really love arranging collages. And something that I really like about zines in particular, and probably the reason why I feel like zines as an art form have stuck with me a lot longer than anything else, is because you can do a lot of different things within the same work. Like a single zine can be comprised of illustration and text and collage and, you know, varying levels of detail and different styles, and you can do all of that within the same zine, which I totally appreciate because I really used to demand a like level of consistency where everything needed to look consistently the same or consistently good or consistently whatever, and I feel like this totally helped me get over that. Like just zine making helped me break out of that mindset, which I appreciate a lot. I've got this Dragon Ball interior color illustration that was from a recycled Dragon Ball book at the library. The library chews through manga pretty fast as far as other books in terms of use, because a lot of people, a lot of teens check out manga and they check out a lot of the time because you can read it, you know, faster than a text-only book. And so for the popular ones like Dragon Ball, they go through all the time. Like they read things and go through it so quickly that like these books just deteriorate, and you have to get a new copy every like 2 years because it just completely falls apart, which is really nice to see. Like it's really cool. And then you also end up with a whole bunch of these cool pieces that you can use for collage because, you know, it's just going to be recycled anyway. I got to pivot and make an intro to zines mini-zine so I can share it at a drawing meetup. April is really busy for art people. April is busy for art people. Like, I feel like it's maybe less busy out here in the Northeast. I don't know if it's a weather thing, but April in general is definitely like, it's the first month of the year that a lot of people can sort of reliably have events without weather difficulties. So people definitely, artist people definitely jump on that super fast. You know, you should also share Nina's mini zine, Why I Like Zines. It's really good. Fall is wild in New England. Yeah, fall seems to be the era because no one really wants to do anything in the summer, or at least not that much that involves outside and things, because the summer is just like dog days, humid, awful. So, sometimes like you don't know if it's going to turn into literally like 100 degrees and soaking wet because of humidity. So that seems to be why everything happens in the fall out here. But anyway, you should check out Nina's mini zine, Why I Like Zines, which is available for download on her website. And it's a download on her website, which is Echo Publishing, I think. Nina, can you link it? Because you're probably going to know where it is a lot faster than I am. But it's this one. Why I Like Zines. It is so cute, and it is so classic zine on the inside, isn't it? Like, and it's really cool because it's not necessarily so much about here's what a zine is. Like that's not the big focus of it. It's really like, here's why you should give a shit about what zines are. here's why it's fun to make zines. Here's what's really cool about zines. Here's why you should read my zine. Yeah. This is the one. It's really, really good. That's Nina's. Yeah. Nina, okay, so I've sort of mentioned with Nina, we're setting it up to arrange a large purchase for the zine distro, like purchase/trade, so that we can get some of Nina's zines into the United States, because that is one thing, is like the international shipping is kind of a giant pain in the ass, and so if we can do that all in one, then that'll be rad, and I can definitely show off Nina's zines a lot more. And so we talked about it a few months ago, but we were waiting to until after this weekend so that we could have the ABC Witchcraft zine as part of it too. And so that's like another thing that I'm really looking forward to after this event, is like, it's not just even the event itself, it's going to be the outcome is some more fabulous, awesome zines. I've still been meaning to kind of contact people who have done the Garden Gnome Zine Fest and like the Tucson Zine Fest and all these zine fests that are happening. It's like, hey, do you have any leftover zines? Like, I'll get some zines from you. I've got these like big pieces that take up so much room, and I have to narrow down which ones I'm actually going to use, which is hard because I like all of them. I might have to use you in a different one. We'll see. I'll figure it out. I know. I want to see all the 24-hour zines. Oh my god, that's so funny. As soon as I say that, then the Ramones in the background say 20, 24 hours to go. I want to be sedated. Okay, I gotta like put some of the large ones back here because I've just got too many. I've been singing along to a lot of music this morning, probably because I was on mute, and so I was a little bit less self-conscious about it. I'm honestly not especially self-conscious about singing. I'm fine with being a big goob, you know, the big goofball. Wanna be sedated. This is why I need to start my own punk band or something so that I can like go up and just be a giant goofball on stage. I mean, stage is different though, you know. I feel like there's like there's the distance of camera here. I'd be a good like you know, the sort of rhythm guitarist or someone, like the person who's kind of like vaguely in the background, and then there's, you know, the big lead singer. I used to be a drummer, not in a band, but you know, in a school band. I joined the jazz band and played the drums, even though just because they really needed a drummer, even though I didn't know anything about it. Like I had played other percussion instruments, and I had played the steel drums actually, like semi consistently as part of a big steel band troupe. But those are very different from regular drum kit drums. So then when I was they just really needed a drummer. I was like the only person. Someone had heard that I was a drummer, and I was like, well, I'm a steel drummer. Like I know how to play the steel drums, but those are very different. And they were like, well, you know, can you just like do it anyway? I'm like, I guess. That's how I joined the jazz band. And of course, like, why start with the jazz band, which has like the most difficult, ridiculous, you know, timing and beats and everything. You really need that drummer to be good. And I was not good. I mean, it's a middle school band, so no one really cares if you're good or not. That's why I need to be in a punk band, is because in a punk band, also, no one cares if you're good or not. I feel like starting a band is simultaneously incredibly easy and incredibly difficult. And I think that people kind of mistake what the easy part and what the difficult part is, because for me, I think that a lot of people see the easy part as just like, a lot of people see the difficult part as playing the actual music, writing the actual songs, like coming up, learning the instrument, coming up with something to play. That's the easy part. The hard part is finding a place to practice, finding people to play with, and finding a place where you can all practice consistently together. Like, just the logistics aspect of it. That's the hard part. Is like, you need to find somebody who has a garage. You need to find a way for all of you guys to meet up and actually, you know, have a consistent time and a consistent schedule for this sort of thing. Like, all of this management stuff, that's the hard part. I need someone to make a zine about like how to manage your band, how to get everybody in the same room in a place where it's okay for you to play super loudly. The zine. How do you guys do it, Mina? Do you have like does someone have a house where you can go over and practice or something? Or is it more of a struggle than that? Rent a space. Yeah, I suppose that's an option. I guess yeah, that's a good idea. It's a good way to do it. 5 to share it. Yeah. I suppose once you rent it too, then you're super motivated to use it. It's like, well, I paid for this. I'm gonna actually go. I'm gonna show up to practice when I'm paying for it. Use the amps and leave out a equipment tag. Oh, that is great. So that way you don't have to have, yeah, you don't have to cart everything. It's big. Yeah. Yeah, that sounds awesome. That's really cool. I'm sure there are places for rent. I just gotta like, it's just something that you probably don't know about what's out there until you actually try to look for it. Yeah, leave your equipment. I think I'd probably want to see about renting a space too, like, even though it's kind of expensive, just because I feel like it would reduce so much stress about uh, noise and noise complaints. And like, I do not want to make people uncomfortable by practicing. I would not, and I also would not want to feel like I'm holding back from practicing because I'm worried about other people. That's the difficult part with a house. A huge rehearsal space in Brussels being torn down. 150? Jesus Christ! How is it being torn down when you have 150 people paying rent there? Like, why would you? I mean, you said already it's because of gentrification. Why just like on a human level would you tear something down that's getting so much use and that has paying customers, has like paying clients who are already there supporting the space? Like, if it was a big space and it was, you know, a lot of it was empty or something, then I could sort of see where it's like, well, you know, that would suck for the bands who are there. But like, if it's not viable for the person to keep it going because they can't cover costs, then that's something. The whole neighborhood. Oh man. That fucking sucks. Yeah. That really sucks. Forced to sell. Oh, yeah. I mean, that's a whole what am I trying to think of? Like it's the plot line of a whole movie. Empire Records is the name of the movie, and it's basically just like a local music store that, you know, is being bought out by a big chain record store. I guess that happens a lot. So in my neighborhood in yeah. In my neighborhood in Colorado, there was this thing where, so I was in a pretty rural neighborhood, but it was like a rural neighborhood that was near not rural neighborhoods. So I'm in like unincorporated area, so it's not owned by a city or anything, which is difficult because then when the state wants, it's like officially owned just by the state, so that when the state wants to do something, they can pretty much do whatever they want, and they have a lot fewer regulations because they don't have a local town board that's governing things. And so we weren't personally affected by it, but a lot of our neighbors near us were basically forced to sell their homes so that they could build a big like throughway road. And I don't know why they had to build it through those people's homes, like whatever, but the state just decided that's where we're building it, and so you gotta leave. And they paid them, you know, I think there's like a regulation where you have to pay it like 1.5 times market value or something, so they got more than the house was worth. But like, you know, it's your house. What are you supposed to do now? Like, what if you've been living there forever? It's like, it's awful. And it's really awful too when people just see everything in terms of money, of like, oh well, you know, we're giving you enough money to get a new house. I mean, the other issue though is that a lot of these houses, because it's a rural area, the houses are pretty run down, they're pretty crappy, and so like they work because the person has lived there for a while and they know, like they have the house, but like the house is valued financially at not all that much money. So even 1.5 times, it's like they're not going to be able to purchase a house, you know, that's livable. Like there's just nothing on the market that's within that price range. Like that was awful. I was pretty young at the time, so I don't remember it a whole lot. Yeah, email me the zine I made yesterday. You made yesterday. Email me, Kaija. Like, let me tell you, you never ever need to ask me permission to mail me a zine. Oh, unless you're talking to me, then like feel free. Oh, the zine you made yesterday. Oh yeah, of course. I mean, frankly, that's probably true for most zinesters. Is like you almost never need to ask permission to email people zines because they're just gonna love it. Please email your zine everywhere. All right, never mind me. It's really good, by the way. It's a really good zine. You're gonna love it. Okay, I have like one last really giant thing that I have to figure out where I'm gonna put it in this collage here. I have not been focusing on this collage at all. I've been talking about things and not focusing. Okay, I'm gonna try this. Okay. It's hard to arrange. I know, right? It's just like a Pingu Pingu remix. I've had it forever. I don't know where it came from. I'll just start singing along to this the whole lot of the time. Like it'll just pop into my head, you know? I'm just gonna glue something down and then I don't have to think about moving it. And I might regret it later, but I'm clearly just not in a very thinky brain time today. There. Now I can't move it. This feels appropriate for the Southwest zine too, the song. Rattlesnake, 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 rattlesnake. The name of this band is King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, which is like one of the best band names I've ever heard. Rattlesnake. I feel like a lot of people talk about finding their musical tastes or whatever in high school, and I just never did that. Like my musical tastes in high school were awful. They were incredibly boring. I never listened to any cool music. I didn't go anywhere. Like, I don't know what high schools these people were going to that actually had like cool, good music, but I didn't discover any of it until way later in life. That's pretty cool. I love Great Mighty Giants. I did know of their sort of beefier songs when I was in middle school. Like, everyone knew the Istanbul song from Flood. But I didn't actually realize that they were like a band, you know, that did a lot of music until way later in my life. I know, Nina. Like, Kaijin is so fucking cool. Kaijin has so many cool zines, and like, I can't believe it. Kaija is my greatest discovery. I mean, I didn't discover it, you know. Kaija contacted me, but Steffi Razor Sharp. You are cool. You are very cool. I have met some of just the coolest, most creative people ever in my life through zines. I just realized I've been gluing these caps upside down. Like, it's this patterned cat paper, right? And so it has some that are right side up and some that are upside down, and I've been gluing it so that they're upside down. So they're just gonna be upside down now. Does everyone have a favorite band? Or just kind of listen to anything? I have bands that I like and bands that I know a lot about. But I feel like trying to pick a favorite band is like trying to pick a favorite zine. Like, it just doesn't... You literally cannot compare certain bands to each other. Like, it's like saying, well, what do you prefer, cauliflower or chocolate cake? It's like, those are entirely different things. You cannot compare. You cannot compare cauliflower with chocolate cake. Okay, I've seen a lot of people talk about Hosier. I don't even know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm just going to assume that I am. And I still have not heard anything about Hosier, or like I've never heard any Hosier songs. How I feel like it's a little bit intimidating almost to get into Hosier. Like I mean, it's sort of intimidating to get into any band. Like, where do you start? So what for someone who has never heard? Okay, I guess this is like a follow-up question. In addition to bands that you like, favorite bands, whatever, like what singular song would you recommend to someone who is not into that band or like has not heard that band really to get them into the band? Glass Animal. I don't know that one. I'll have to look them up. My Chemical Romance, yeah. I had a friend, so we were in her car for the first time, and she was like my coworker, and I didn't really know her very well. And she was playing some music and said something like, yeah, a lot of people are really surprised by my music taste, and she was playing like Breaking Benjamin and My Chemical Romance and a lot of the sort of like 2000s new metal and 2000s emo music, and it's like, I'm gonna skip this song just because it's too like sad, too slow. Anyway, so like she was listening to a bunch of Breaking Benjamin and that sort of thing, and like I wasn't especially surprised. Like I was like, okay, that's cool. I guess I'm not that surprised. And she was very like, don't you? So you haven't said anything about my music taste yet. It's like, what? Said anything? What, am I gonna go up to someone and be like, hey, you play shit music? Like, who does that? Who goes up to someone specifically to like, who goes up and comments on someone's music taste in their own car? Like, she was giving me a ride, and it's like, I don't care what you play. Play whatever you want. It's your car. Like, I don't know. I just get the sense it's like, clearly someone has made fun of you for this. Like, clearly you have been made fun of for your music taste in the past. And that's bullshit. You're, like, first of all, you should not make fun of teenagers for your music taste either. But also, it's like, you're a grown-ass adult. Like, I can understand when you're a teenager feeling sort of intimidated by that. It's like, tell them to fuck off. Kick them out of the car. Like, tell them to play their own music. I don't know. That just seems very like a believable situation, but an incredibly rude one. Like, I cannot picture anybody being like, in my car, giving me a ride, when I'm playing, when I'm asked, like, do you mind if I play music? It's played at a reasonable volume. And she even offered ahead, it's like, well, if you want to skip a song or whatever, that's fine. And then accepting the ride from someone and, like, them doing you a favor, and then being in their car and being like, you have really bad music taste. What the hell? What the hell? I can't picture that. I mean, I can, but I don't want to, Maybe I'll just take this one. I'll leave it for I had people make fun of my music taste when I was in high school, but I feel like that's just kind of because high schoolers haven't, some high schoolers haven't really learned not to be mean. I mean, some adults haven't either, but, like, I guess it just feels a little bit more common where you don't always know, you're sort of like learning where the boundaries are between like good-natured ribbing and just being a jerk for no reason. It's like, by the time that you are accepting a ride from this person, you really should not be making. You should know better. You should really know better by that point. I guess that's what I am thinking. My upside down cats. Tried to put some glue on them and did not work, so now I just have to put glue straight down here. Gluing adventures. I really like listening to the Japanese city pop mixes on YouTube. They're really just relaxing to listen to and very easy to just put on. And they're perfect because they have lyrics, but because I don't know Japanese. Oh, really? It's a good song. Because I don't know Japanese, then the lyrics are not too distracting, so I can listen to it. Yeah, it's called Sportsman by Hiromi Hosono. Yeah, I like just putting on foreign language, like music in languages that I don't understand. See you, Nina. Music in languages that I don't understand is really nice to listen to while I'm working, because then I don't get too distracted by the lyrics, and I can actually like type and write while I'm listening to it. I think this is like slightly embarrassing, but I think that I didn't really know that there was such a thing as music like that I liked. That was like good music that I really enjoyed listening to until I found Scott Pilgrim. And like I like Scott Pilgrim, but I feel like I like it less for the almost less for the story and more for the setting, and just sort of the instance of this really cool indie comic artist making it big, I guess. It's just like a really sweet story, and the creator is just really, really nice and really cool. I found this comic the other day that was it was like months ago, but I found this comic that he had worked on. Brian Lee O'Malley is the guy's name, the creator of Scott Pilgrim. And I saw and bought a comic that was like a comics. Okay, it's not an anthology. It was like a single story, but a whole bunch of different comic artists from the whatever that from the publisher that he worked at were working on. So I felt really, even though Brian Lee O'Malley is incredibly popular, so he's not very hard to know or anything, I felt very in the know about like, oh man, look, Brian Lee O'Malley worked on this. Like anytime I recognize a name, it doesn't matter what it is, I'm like, I feel really in the know. I'm like, oh yeah, I know who that is. Oh, this collage is like slow going. Here's what I have so far. Like, got a good background going, and now I gotta build on top with some smaller things. Collages usually come together really quick for me, but this one is not doing that for some reason. I'm thinking I'm gonna print the whole zine in black and white, but this is gonna be like a interior, like a color page in the interior. Maybe that just won't fit. Do we need or want to do like a devoted focused work time? Or just kind of listening to me chitter chatter. I've been waiting for a good opportunity to use this, which is the cover from a Chick Tract. I just think it's so funny that this is Christian propaganda. It's really just like super goth. Like, I love it. Oh, cool. I'll probably just keep chit-chatting a little bit here, working on this, and then maybe in like, I don't know, 10 minutes, somewhere between like 10, somewhere between 10 minutes and half an hour-ish, like, can do a more dedicated focus time. I love this song so much. Okay, real quick, if you have never seen the music video for You Can Call Me Al, you need to watch it. It is so good. It is so funny. I'm starting this over so I can sort of sing along to it. Man walks down the street, says, why am I stopped in the middle now? Why am I stopped in the middle? The rest of my life is so hard. I need a photo opportunity. I want a shot at redemption. Don't want to end up a cartoon in a cartoon graveyard. Bone digger, dogs in the moonlight, far away from my well-lit world. Mr. Beer Belly, get these mutts away from me, yo. I don't find this amusing anymore. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me Al. A man walks down the street, says, why am I short of attention? Got a short little span of attention. All of my nights are so long. Where's my wife and family? What if I die here? Who'll be my role model? Now my role model is gone. Got back down the alley with some roly-poly old that-face girl. All along, there were incidents and accidents. There were hints and allegations. If you be my bodyguard, I can be your long lost pal. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out, call me out. There's an issue of Using, which is like a really scrappy, cool zine from Australia, and the title is The Bass Solo from You Can Call Me Al. That's the title of the zine. world. Maybe it's a third world. Maybe it's his first time around. Doesn't speak language, holds no currency. He's a foreign man. He is surrounded by the sound. Cattle in the marketplace, scatters of orphanages. He looks around, he sees angels in the architecture, spinning in infinity. He says, hey, hallelujah, I can be your long lost path. I can call you Betty, Betty when you call me, you can call me out, call me out. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Na 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 na, na 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 na. Na 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 na. Man, I really love that song. Okay, I think what I'm gonna do is I'll like go ahead and do another hour. Like I think that's gonna be good. It's gonna be nice and productive, hopefully. I still don't totally know what I'm doing here, but what I'm gonna do is I will take this and do focused work time, and I guess I'll just like plan to do more chit chatty um, in an hour. So again, at the 30-minute mark, not in 5 minutes here, but like an hour and 5 minutes, if that sounds good. And I'll probably go on mute again just so that I can sort of listen to my own music louder. So we'll go ahead and do that. Good job, everybody. Keep going. Keep zine making, and I'll be working too. Okay. I'm turning the mic back. Sean, I've already turned it on. I'm telling other people. How's it going, everybody? Sean is my partner. He's making me some lunch because he's a big, loving, helpful person who understands that zines come first sometimes. I managed to write some more, which is impressive. I'm going to turn this down a little bit. Yeah, I guess so. Sean's closing the door. Okay. I've been typing. That's my little typewriter ding. I love it so much. Okay. I feel like this typewriter has totally opened me up to writing in a new way, where it's like a good balance in between typing on a computer and handwriting. Because handwriting is nice, but sometimes I can just think too much about what I'm writing. And then typing, it's like, okay, no, hang on. I mix that up. Typing is nice, but I type fast enough that like I sometimes think too hard about what I'm writing. Handwriting is nice because I can sort of control the speed a little bit better, but it's a little too slow, and so sometimes I'm thinking too fast for the words. But the typewriter is like just this nice, perfect in between where it's given me like enough time to think, but also type, and so I can just like clack, clack, clack away for, you know, a nice solid straight amount of time, because it's sort of like my brain and my fingers are in sync, you know. Okay, so I did this little painting a while ago. It says, you know, I used to live next door, and it has a saguaro cactus, and it was on just like a little baby canvas, but I decided to just take it off and put this straight in my zine. I know I could have taken a picture or photocopied it or whatever, and I did photocopy it, but like, I don't know, this turned out kind of weird, and I don't know, I didn't want to deal with scanning it or whatever, so I just took it off entirely. I figured if it didn't work, like I still had to scan. Okay, I got a little bit more text collaging to do, which is fun. That's honestly one of my favorite parts of zine making, is doing the text, you know, gluing the text onto the background and stuff. Oh, rain's coming back! I hope it doesn't screw up the internet again. I quite like rain. This is a very rare occasion where I'm nervous about rain instead of just purely excited about it, you know. I picked out a bunch of, or like I printed out a bunch of backgrounds last week because those are sort of hard for me to find naturally, I think. And now I just have to decide which one I'm going to use for this page. I gotta figure out how to like stop having so many notifications. I mean, I don't mind notifications when they mean something. I need to stop with all these worthless notifications that just say nothing. You know what I mean? They Might Be Giants celebrated their album Apollo 18's 30th anniversary recently, I think. I think it was 30th. I palindrome, and I must make head eating my head on the opposite side. I palindrome, I've been trying to figure out a place to put this cat. um, which I just love so much. It's a Laura Burke, I think is the name, cat image from the 90s. And I really, really like it, and I just don't know I don't know what page to put it on or what to put it on. And I'm thinking, like, maybe I'll just put it on a page and leave it at that. Like, I don't have to write anything for it. I can just put it there. Maybe I'll just write something like, Laura Burke, I love your work. I love your cats. And all your quirks. Should probably write this down. I hope that's actually her last name. Oh man, it's really coming down. Let me make sure Laura Birch? Cat? Is it Birch? Laurel. Okay, it's not Laura Burke. It's Laurel Birch. You guys have probably seen a lot of these sort of guys, but like these sorts of cats, I feel like I didn't necessarily like them a whole lot at the time. Like, I think they were just a little too sophisticated for me as a kid. They felt just very like grown up. But now I remember them quite fondly. Oh man. I hope the screen doesn't like die because of rain. Constellations right across the sky. Just a guy and a lady on his arm. Just a guy made of dots and lines. I love They Might Be Giants. I'll just sing along to them all the time. Oh, I should probably change the sign now, huh? What? There we go. Just a guy made of dots and lines. Just a guy made of dots and lines. Right across the sky. Just a guy and a lady on his arm. Just a guy made of dots and lines. Sounded like I gotta handwrite something, I think. Which means I need to... really excited because my sister-in-law is coming to visit soon, and I really want to take her to the aquarium because it's a really cool aquarium out here in Boston. It's got like this big rotunda. I don't even know how else to describe it, but there's like this giant tube in the middle that's like this absolutely gigantic single, aquarium with tons of fish in it. Like that sounds stupid, but you know what I mean. It's like the center has a lot of fish in it in a single exhibit. That's sort of what I meant. Let's see. Laurel Birch. I love your work. Okay, you want actually kind of a cool playlist to listen to if you like 90s like music that wasn't necessarily top 10 music. Listen to like the Daria credits outro playlist. Look for something like that from the TV show Daria. I really like having my recycling bin right here because I can just like reach down and grab the back of a piece of paper to use as like a glue board. You know what I mean? Expect to be taken seriously. How can you expect to be taken seriously? Seriously. Seriously. Well, that was a quick page, but hey, works out. I think these look nice, sort of next to each other. Yeah, because it's got like enough pattern and stuff to make the previous page interesting. One, two. I'm counting my pages now. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5, 6 sort of in progress. I'll wait until this. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6.
She's actual size, but she seems much bigger to me. Squares may look distant in her rear view mirror, but they're actual size as she drives away. Big men
7,
often tremble
8,
as they step aside.
9, 10,
I was
11,
big
12.
She changed my mind.
I'm dropping things.
She's actual size, but she seems much bigger to me. I've never known
12,
anybody like her.
13,
She's actual
14,
size.
counting up to life.
Nationwide believe.
Okay, 14. And
She's
then I've got
all
15,
the
16
money
in progress,
money
and then
couldn't buy.
17, 18 in progress.
She's got something
And then I think it's really just like, I was planning on 24 pages, so then that's the front and back cover. So that's 1920. And it needs, and then 2 for the intro, 2 for the outro. So it seems like now I'm really just up to intro and outro plus cover. I was planning on doing the cover tonight. So that's pretty impressive. That's pretty good. I'm like right on time. Holy crap.
I've never known anybody like her. She's actual size, believe.
Let's see. What are my other background options here?
I lie awake, completely alone. A voice is speaking, and I tremble, for it's not my own. I can't ignore it, although I try. The intrusive whisper fascinates me. Here's why. The shadows gather round us, the voice resides.
The thing about They Might Be Giants is like, I'm constantly finding new songs for theirs. Because they've made so much freaking music that like, they just keep going forever.
Reprehensible, 10,000 years of unreasonable acts, the record of my unspeakable crime.
I thought I had a lizard around here. I must put it somewhere. There we go. I guess I kind of already wrote an intro, so maybe I'll just do an intro and then like the 2 color part of things for the interior of the.
Reprehensible, 10,000 years responsible acts, and puts me to sleep, and tells me I won't remember a thing. When morning comes at last, I rub my eyes, forgetting everything and thinking only of my plans. The world is spinning round and I'm on the top, and nothing in the world can ever make
I really like this
stop.
one.
Indestructible, indefensible, reprehensible, 10,000 years of unreasonable acts, thinking that, and only I know who's responsible, indefensible, reprehensible me.
What's the etiquette on using the same background as you already used in another zine? No! Not allowed! You guys hear that? Ah! Sean, help! It's raining! I said, Sean, help! It's raining! I don't think anyone's really on right now. Like, it says that there's a couple, but I think that they are probably just muted or something. It's raining a ton here. Oh no, it's on and off. Oh no. Oh, this room is making Is it working at all? Like, can you hear me at all? Or is it just like completely choppy and awful? Like if it's try to keep going if it's good, but like if it's super choppy, I think I might just okay, so it's a little choppy then. I can hear a little. Oh no, it's getting rough. Okay. Apparently I'm getting worse, like the ring's apparently just gonna get worse. I might just need to restart it or something. I don't know if it's gonna work anymore. Oh no. Let me see if I can try to